A guy with an average IQ just looked at a shuffled deck of 52 cards for 2 minutes. Then he recited the entire order, card by card, without a single mistake. He's not a genius. He's not gifted. Researchers have actually tested the brains of memory champions, and they're structurally normal, same wiring as yours. Meanwhile, you looked at your grocery list 5 minutes ago, and you're standing in the store trying to remember if you needed eggs or oat milk. Here's the uncomfortable part. The technique this guy used is 2,500 years old. It's been sitting in plain sight the entire time. You've probably even heard its name, Memory Palace, in 100 YouTube titles. But almost nobody actually explains how it works. So today, we're going to fix that. And then we're going to go one level deeper than that, into the one idea that explains why some studying makes you smarter and other studying just makes you feel busy. Most people think memory is about willpower. Focus harder, care more, stop being lazy. That's wrong, and it's wrong in a specific way. Memory isn't a willpower problem, it's a format problem. Your brain did not evolve to remember lists, dates, or vocabulary words. It evolved to remember places, threats, and faces. 50,000 years ago, forgetting where the water source was could kill you. Forgetting a random string of numbers had zero survival value, so your brain never built a fast lane for it. That's the whole secret memory champions figured out. They stopped fighting their brain's design and started using it. Here's how it actually works, step by step. Not just the name, the mechanism. Step 1. Pick a place you know perfectly. Your childhood home, your daily walk to the kitchen. It has to be a route you could walk with your eyes closed. Step 2, place vivid, absurd images along that route. Say you need to remember, bring up the budget as the first point in a meeting. You don't picture a boring word, you picture your front door exploding open under a pile of $100 bills. Absurd, exaggerated, almost cartoonish. Step 3, walk the route in your head to recall. When you need the information back, you don't search your memory blindly. You walk the familiar path, and each location hands you the next image, which hands you the next fact. Why does this actually work? 2 reasons, and this is the part everyone skips. First, spatial memory is one of the oldest, strongest systems in your brain. You're not creating a new memory skill. You're smuggling new information into a system that already works flawlessly. Second, and this is the part that matters more than people realize, vivid, unusual, almost ridiculous images get encoded far more strongly than plain facts. Your brain has always paid more attention to the strange than to the ordinary. Advertisers have known this for a century. Memory athletes just turned it into a system. This is why you can't remember what you studied yesterday, but you can describe in perfect detail the most embarrassing thing that happened to you in the 10th grade. One was boring information. The other was a location, a face, and an emotion, exactly the format your brain was built to keep. Now here's where we go past what most videos on this topic tell you. There's a researcher at UCLA named Robert Bjork who spent decades studying something counterintuitive. The learning strategies that feel the most effective are often the ones that work the least, and the ones that feel awkward, slow, and frustrating are usually the ones that actually build lasting memory. He called this idea desirable difficulty. Rereading a page feels smooth, it feels like progress, but it's actually one of the weakest ways to learn because your brain isn't doing any real work, it's just watching familiar words go by. Meanwhile, closing the book and forcing yourself to recall it from nothing feels clumsy and uncomfortable. That discomfort isn't a sign you're bad at this, it's the exact friction that builds a durable memory. Here's the pattern in one sentence. If a study method feels easy, it's probably building nothing. If it feels hard, it's probably building something real. That single idea explains why Memory Palace works, why practice tests beat rereading, and why the students who feel the most confident the night before an exam are often the ones who forget the most the next morning. Confidence during studying and actual retention are almost unrelated. Sometimes they're even inversely related. You don't need hours. You need friction in the right places. Here's the exact routine. 1. Build a 5-stop palace for today's material. Use a route you already know. 5 stops is plenty for most study sessions. 2. Make each image ridiculous, not neat. Neat is forgettable. Weird sticks. 3. Close everything and walk the palace from memory before you check anything. This is the desirable difficulty step. If it feels hard, you're doing it right. If it feels smooth, you skipped a step. 4. Wait 1 day, then walk the palace again. From memory first, note second. This single gap is what turns a short-term image into a long-term memory. That's the entire system. 2 old techniques nobody fully explained, working together. Memory champions aren't operating on a different brain than you. They're operating on the same brain, pointed at the right format. You already have a nearly perfect memory system built into you, for places, for absurd images, for anything that made you feel something. The only mistake was trying to force facts and vocabulary through a system that was never built to hold them. Build your first memory palace tonight. 5 stops, 1 ridiculous image at each one. Comment "palace" below when you've built it. I'll be reading. If this actually changed how you think about studying, hit subscribe. Next time, we're going deeper into why some people can learn a new skill in 1/3 of the time, and it has almost nothing to do with talent.